So, as I'm sure you can tell by now, I am taking a trip down to Florida. It's my annual trip to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando. Alone this year. Sadly, Emily was not able to come with me this year. I won't be alone completely though. I will be meeting up with Charles down there. You remember Charles. We'll be hanging out for the next couple days. It kind of has been a lonely drive so far though. I've been keeping myself entertained with music and snacks. But in any case, I'm gonna get back on the road. Still got about a little less than 3 hours before I get there, so no time to waste. I have made it to the hotel, finally. Also, look at all the bugs on the front of my car. Gross. It's freezing in here. So, here's my room, all alone. Normally I would do a quick tour, but I'm very late to meet Charles across the road. I was supposed to meet him about an hour ago, and the gates open 11 minutes ago. So I gotta hurry. So it costs like $29 a day to park at Universal. I said, screw that, I'm walking. It's only like a 10 or 15 minute walk from the hotel, so. You made it, I made it.
You made it.
Only an hour and a half late, not too bad.
That was like an hour and a half early, so it was like 3 hours almost.
You can hear the spooky music beginning. You know, I don't think the music is as loud this year.
No, it really isn't. I can actually hear you.
Because last year I was having to shout at the top of my lungs. So just like we normally do, we're gonna spend the first night focusing on the houses. Tomorrow night we'll focus on all these scare zones. So this first house is called Yeti. Terror of the Yukon, and sadly, just like every other year, I can't film inside the houses. So what I'm gonna do is the same as I did last year, and I'll find some other people who have filmed the houses and link those down in the description for you. Yeti, Terror of the Yukon. It was okay. It wasn't the worst. No. There was, we were just talking on the way out, there was a lot of dead space.
Right.
Where like, you know, there was a few spots where we missed the scare, it happened behind us. But there was some just gaps of nothing at all.
There were spots you can tell they normally put people.
Yeah.
There was nobody there.
Yeah, it was weird. Although, I did get got right at the end. There were 3 Yetis that came out like from different directions, and somehow that actually got me.
There you go.
So, I guess I can get scared in these houses.
Yeah, there you go.
Strange. I forgot to record as we were going through the sign, but now we're going to Jordan Peele's Us, which was a really good movie. And I have high hopes for this house. Alright, so Us. I liked that one.
That was pretty good. I didn't see the movie yet, but I knew about it. I knew what it was.
He got scared in that one.
That never happens.
This is now like the first year we've both gotten scared, and we're only 2 houses in.
Yeah.
Also, the very last scene in that room is just like them all lined. If you've seen the movie, you know how it ends with them all lined up. And something about that when we walked in there, I just like got chills. I didn't get scared, but I just kind of like,
oh, that's not good.
it's cool. That was good. These are, we're off to a good start with these.
Yeah.
Well, we don't even have to go very far. That was the entrance to Us. And here's Stranger Things. Alright, just got done with Stranger Things. It wasn't scary.
No.
But it was cool.
It was neat seeing everything.
Yeah, like walking through the upside down and everything. There was like a really big mind flayer animatronic.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
That was neat. I
wanted to stand there and look at it, but they're like pushing you through. You can't like...
This line was moving.
Yeah, like you can't enjoy the scenery.
Yeah.
Transformers building looks pretty cool. Do you want to take a look at the tribute store?
Yeah, why not? It's nighttime pictures.
Hey, that looks very familiar. Didn't I build one of those a few years ago?
No.
This way to the...
Hey. Oh, okay.
Got a bunch of Stranger Things things.
Everything's green.
Ghostbusters. I want some Ghostbusters socks. It's pretty cool.
Slimer in your phone.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't want it. It's cool. I don't know what this is.
I don't know. But it's $226. They need to pay their bill.
I didn't know Slimer had such a big butt. Do you want to go take a photo by...
How weird.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That's like the their bulletin board.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like the wavy lines part.
Yeah. And then over here is the Stranger Things side. You can kind of get a feel of what the house was like here.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of what it looked like just inside the house.
Mind flare ball. It's like a big slimy
Is that
thing.
Jello? Like, do you eat that? Because it kind of looks good.
It's just a ball.
It kind of looks good. Hey, look, there's a VCR.
I'm going to get it.
Oh wow, there's a third room. Oh, this is the monsters.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Is this the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Is it?
I think so.
There's a top for his head here.
Oh.
No.
No, I don't think that's the creature from the Black Lagoon. It's pretty cool. You can make your own t-shirts.
Here's some examples.
Huh.
And then the fan shirt.
So, like I said, we'll focus more on the scare zones tomorrow. But this is the Zombieland scare zone. And there's a zombie. And there's a zombie. And there's a zombie. Hey! Alright, the next house we're going to is House of 1,000 Corpses, which, very appropriately, we have to go through the Rob Zombie scare zone to get there. They like perfectly, almost perfectly recreated the album cover. All right, here we go. House of 1,000 Corpses. All right, so we're not technically in the house yet, so I'm still allowed to record. This is cool. It's the entrance to Captain Spaulding's Monsters and Mad Men. Alright, House of 1,000 Corpses, pretty cool.
Yeah,
they skipped part of the movie.
It's not a big building either, so I guess maybe that's part of it.
You walked into what was supposed to be the carnival ride, and then all of a sudden we were in the house.
Yeah.
There's like a whole chunk of that missing. But it was cool. No real scares this time. I did really appreciate that they managed to capture the movie's aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like that one spot we walked through, they had like the grainy film projected everywhere. So it felt like we were in like his grainy, if you've seen his movies, you know what I'm talking about. All right, next up is Depths of Fear. So I'm not too familiar with the storyline of this house. I'm assuming, I think from what I read, it's supposed to be like an underwater mine, something like that.
Mining Corporation built an installation in deep waters infested with something monstrous. There is no escape from your watery grave. Interesting.
Spooky. Alright, Depths of Fear.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depths of Fear was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
I got startled once.
Yeah.
And then I looked the wrong way. And like the sound came from here, but for some reason I like went this way as if it was coming at, I don't know.
So the set was very well done.
Yeah.
They actually had running water and everything. It was just really awesome.
And lots of puppetry, like big fish monster creatures. It's cool. Oh, and there was like those snake things coming out too. Yeah. So we decided to take a break from the houses, and we got their specialty drink.
But one's green.
Yeah, we got their specialty drink, which is called the Vampire's Curse. It's what was it? Captain Morgan's rum.
Yeah.
Fruit punch and sour something.
Yeah.
And this is not focusing. Can we go somewhere else?
Yeah, let's go over.
There we go.
Oh, hey, there we go. Yeah, it's plastic.
There we go.
It.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now that the alcohol's got us feeling good. This house is called Nightingale's Blood Pit, which is like a Roman gladiator sort of thing. I guess instead of fighting lions, they fight demons called the Nightingales.
And it's a blood pit.
Yeah. Alright, Nightingale's Blood Pit. Honestly, probably the bottom of the list so far.
I agree.
It, like, there was nothing too special about it. And
I didn't really understand it either.
yeah, I didn't really understand what was happening. They made us go in 2x2 for some reason, but then the hallways weren't wide enough to walk 2x2. So I don't really understand what that had to do with anything. And then probably the biggest like disappointment was while we were walking through, out of the corner of my eye, I caught this giant tiger out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
Like a big tiger animatronic just sitting there.
It didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything.
No.
So I feel like maybe that wasn't working or something.
Yeah, which, that's the case. Oh well.
Yeah, it is what it is, but that one's definitely at the bottom of the list so far. All right, 2 of the last houses. Next up is Universal Monsters. So this is the Universal Monsters house, which is like, it's the classic Monsters, but they're like updated versions of it. Kind of like what it is like here on my cup. Like Dracula is a lot gnarlier looking. Yeah. They're all like updated for the 21st century. And the scariest thing of all,
oh boy,
they're back here in the Barney area.
Get ready for some scary stuff.
Here's a better view of the updated Monsters. See how they're kind of like creepier looking than the classic versions. So far.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. So there was the Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera,
Hunchback.
Was it Hunchback? I couldn't tell if it was Hunchback.
I feel like it is. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Creature from the Black Lagoon. It was like all of the classics. It was really good. I got 2 pretty good scares. One right at the very end got me pretty good. And then he got hit in the face with a chain.
I didn't even know what hit me.
He moved it out of his face, and then it flew around and hit me in the face. So, I think that was the best experience we've had so far.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Only 2 houses to go. No, 3 houses to go. The next one is one I'm pretty excited for. It's called Graveyard Games. The Express Pass guy at the front of this line told me I'm amazing.
He told me just go ahead.
Peace to my brother.
Wow.
I'm gonna cut that out. So I'm pretty excited for this house because it's like basically the storyline is there's this like old cemetery and teenagers like dare each other to go into the cemetery or something like that, but then like a couple teenagers go in and they start vandalizing, and so it makes the dead mad.
And the rest is history.
And obviously I have a very soft spot for cemetery type stuff, so.
He lives in one.
It's hard to see, but this is like somebody's iPhone screen where they're like live broadcasting themselves going through the graveyard. I don't see any pizza. Oh, there's the kid. It went away, but this was the kid that was like vandalizing the gravestones. Never Facebook Live yourself vandalizing something. I think that's the lesson we should take away from this. So Graveyard Games was fun.
Yeah.
Not top of the list.
No.
But I liked it. There was a really nice touch that I liked where So like I said, it was like the kids were Facebook living that they were vandalizing, and one of the creatures was like holding a cell phone with a FaceTime of the kid's mother.
I think it was one of the teens. She was like scared to death. She had that face from like The Ring. She was scared to death. Oh yeah.
Where are we going? I have no idea if we're going the right way.
I don't either.
We're lost because we're kind of coming up on a new line. Uh-oh. Hold that thought. Okay, we're back. We accidentally went like backstage. Alright, so we have 2 more houses to go.
It's only 10:57.
Yeah, we're making pretty good time. So we're gonna take a trip through the, what is this called? The Viking?
Yeah. The
Viking something.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's definitely different than the usual, like, in the woods type.
Yeah. Instead of pumpkins in the trees this year, they have skulls. Here we're gonna get a quick look at another scare zone called the Vanity Ball. I'm talking here. Oh, they're everywhere. Hey. I just heard my name. Whoa. All right, second to last house of the night. Killer clowns from outer space. I have a funny story about this, but we'll talk afterwards. Okay. Killer clowns. It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
And so here's the story I was talking about. Years ago, like over 10 years ago,
Yeah.
Charles and I randomly found that movie on, like, was it Netflix?
Maybe?
I don't even remember. We randomly found it, watched it out of curiosity, and we're like, oh my god, this movie is amazing.
Yeah, we love this
It's
movie.
horrible, but it's amazing. Fast forward to 3 years ago, 2016, when I did the Psycho Circus haunted house. I originally wanted to have a reference to killer clowns in my circus.
Right.
I wanted to have like the cotton candy cocoons. I never got around to making that prop, so I kind of just left it out.
Yeah.
And then that night we had a Halloween party, and I was playing Killer Clowns from Outer Space in the backyard from a projector. Nobody knew what that movie was. Everybody was like, what is this movie we're watching? Now, last year, it was a scare zone here.
Yeah.
This year, it's a haunted house, and everybody knows about it.
We knew
like,
we knew it before it was popular.
Yeah. It's like, where were you guys 10 years ago? Actually, more like 20 something. I can't remember when it came out, but it's been out for a while.
It was over 10 when we watched it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, I mean when it was released.
Oh, when it was released, yeah.
Yeah. It's just weird that like something that he and I knew about years ago is now all of a sudden becoming popular.
Right, and we thought it was great, and then now everyone's like, oh, this is a great movie. 'Cause I remember showing it to one person like, this movie's stupid. And they didn't like it.
It's weird. Sometimes I swear I live in my own version of the Truman Show. Last house of the night. We saved the best for last. Ghostbusters.
Hold on, I'm seeing TV.
Slime.
Are you the Keelers? I am the Keelers. Alright, last house of the night.
Yep.
Ghostbusters. Very short.
Yeah.
I was very surprised how short that was.
But I actually really liked it.
Yeah, it was good. They had...
It was, I mean, definitely like a movie house like you'd expect, but it's actually better than I expected.
Yeah. So they had a scene where, I guess it was Bankman, he was using the proton pack.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they did that effect.
It was really cool.
That was so cool. It actually looked like a laser shooting through the air.
Yeah.
That was good.
Probably the best I've seen for special effects on that.
Yeah.
So.
I liked it. That was good.
Yeah.